It's innovation that wins every time, whether it's about food, travel, or making money. Here's how to make money by selling your skills online. Taking inspiration from how one of my close friends made $1,300 in less than an hour using a simple idea. A few years ago, he was starting out with a small YouTube channel and only had around 500 subscribers. But he had this unique ability to learn any software really fast. So when a popular YouTuber asked him to help build a website, he suggested they collaborate and make a video about it. And after that video went viral, he started getting a lot of requests from people who wanted him to build them a website too. At first, he just charged $100 for this service, but soon realized that everyone wanted a custom website, meaning he could charge more like $500 to $1,500 per website. And because he had built his own software to automate a lot of the process, it only took him a couple hours to build each site and deliver it to the client. This meant that he was able to turn around these projects fast without having to charge a crazy amount of money. He would send them the website files, get paid, and move on to the next project. Now at this point, he wasn't charging anywhere near what some web developers were charging for their services, but he was still making thousands of dollars per month doing this. And since he wasn't working a normal job, he didn't have to pay taxes on that income either. And that's why he ended up making $1,300 in less than an hour. It just goes to show that there's so much demand for online services that if you can find a way to fill that demand with little competition, then you can also start making a lot of money. So let's talk about how to do exactly that. First, you need to identify a problem that you can solve. As I said earlier, my friend was good at learning new software quickly, and there was a demand for people who could build websites. He identified this trend when another YouTuber asked him for help building a website, and he jumped on the opportunity to help. If you're not sure where to look for problems to solve, I suggest looking at online marketplaces like Fiverr or Upwork.com. They have so many different services being offered, and it can give you some ideas about what kind of services are in demand. You can even go on Amazon and search for digital products, which will lead you to a bunch of courses and Notion templates. And just so you know, this is different from affiliate marketing because with that method, you're just promoting other people's products. This is more about creating your own digital products or services and selling them directly to customers. Next, once you've found a pain point that you can solve, it's time to brainstorm ways to solve that problem. Remember, the best solutions are the ones that help people save time or money. With website development, there are a few ways to approach it. You could manually code the website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but that takes a long time. Or you could use a coding tool like Webflow or Softer, which is faster, but still requires some technical knowledge. Alternatively, you could use no-code tools like Bubble or Card, which is the fastest but might limit your customization options. Your goal should be to find the balance between speed, cost, and quality. The more work you put into your solution now, the more value you can deliver to your customers later. For example, if you create a really good course, people will be willing to pay more for it compared to a course that's poorly made. So think about how you can add extra value to your offering. But be careful not to invest too much time into it because otherwise you won't be able to scale your business. The key here is to make sure that your solution has some level of automation. This means that you should be able to complete most of the project without having to do everything manually. If you don't have any tech skills, you can still come up with something. Think about how people used to pay for phone calls. You had to manually look up the number in a phone book or manually dial the numbers. But then came the invention of speed dial, which saved people time by allowing them to call frequently dialed numbers with just one touch of a button. Later, we got caller ID, which saved us the time of having to ask the person on the other end who's calling. And then came smartphones, which allowed us to type in names instead of numbers, and even gave us the ability to see the person's picture when we were calling. All of these inventions helped people save time and money, which is why they became successful. So try to think about how you can improve existing processes and products. The better your solution is, the more people will buy it from you. The third step is finding the right audience for your offering. This is probably the hardest part of the whole process, because if you do unreach the right people, nobody will buy your product. Let me explain. When my friend started posting videos about web development, he was already targeting the right audience. People who were interested in learning how to build websites. These viewers were already familiar with the tools and concepts related to web development, which made it easier for him to connect with them. But even if you're not targeting the same audience as him, this principle still applies. For example, if you're trying to sell a language learning app, you wouldn't want to market it to people who aren't interested in learning languages. Instead, you'd want to target language enthusiasts. That's why it's important to understand the needs and interests of your target market so that you can tailor your solution to meet those needs. And then once you've developed your offering, you need to figure out where your target audience spends their time. You might be able to answer this question by simply asking, where would I go if I wanted to buy this product? Once you've found the right place to promote your offering, you need to make sure that you're standing out from the competition. You can do this by focusing on the unique aspects of your offering and highlighting the benefits that set it apart from others. Here's a great example of this. When my friend first started building websites for clients, he was competing with other developers who were already established in the market. To stand out, he focused on his ability to learn new software quickly and his experience with a wide range of platforms. He also highlighted the fact that he could turn projects around fast because of the software he had built to automate parts of the process. In addition, he showcased testimonials from satisfied customers to build trust and credibility. He effectively positioned himself as a highly skilled and efficient web developer who could deliver top-notch results quickly. By doing so, he attracted a steady stream of new clients and built a thriving business. I know that it sounds simple, but there are not that many people who can go through all these steps and actually create a successful business. Most people don't even know how to code, and they still want to make money online. So watch this next video to learn how you can copy other people's websites and funnel them into your crypto trading course.